If you like Angry Birds and furries, this is probably a good gacha for you. Hello Beanbaits and welcome back to Worst Gacha Ever, a series where we cover new gacha releases to see how good or bad they are. We'll go over gameplay, combat, the community, the gacha rates, the shop, the animations, the graphics, and lastly, my final thoughts. Today, we are playing Kemono Kingdom. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to help me grow the channel, and you can also support my content with the links in the description down below. Now, all that said, let's start with the most important part for everyone, I guess, on a game, and that is gameplay and combat. Now, gameplay, it's pretty simple. If you have played Angry Birds, you know how this is going to go. So let's just go and start the adventure here. As you can see, something I don't really like, and you all know this already. There is a stamina system, so you can see this on top. You have plenty of stamina when you start the game. Right now, I'm on chapter 2. I have more than enough. You are going to be leveling up, all the things. I'm not sure how generous it's going to be after the honeymoon phase is over. That said, let's go over the combat so you can see how the gameplay is. Now, once again, this is going to be Angry Birds with animations and with ultimates. This is like an RPG with Angry Birds. It's actually quite interesting. As you can see, you can just shoot your furries, whatever you want. You can select the unit. You don't need to go on the default order. You can be, for example, first with my tank, and then I release my healer, and then my DPS. There are different classes and elements as well, just like your usual gacha trope, right? So if you click on top right, as you can see, there are different elements: Wonder, Splendor, and Brilliance. This game only has 3 instead of the usual 5, which is good. And then you have your usual classes. So for example, we can go with the DPS, so you can see animation with the Sand Cat, and we can just hit him there. There we go. Pretty simple stuff, right? If you hit, there's different weaknesses and strength for the characters and the enemies. Now, you don't need to kill all the enemies on the battleground. You just need to kill the boss, and that will be more than enough to finish the level. The game doesn't have a lot of challenge per se. I will say this is a more casual game, but to be a casual game, there is no auto functionalities. You can see there's a ×2, but there's no auto. Maybe you get auto later if you clear chapter 2. I don't think so. Also, if it's after chapter 2, that's a long time for new players. That's like a couple of days of playtime without the auto functionality. Animations, though, are pretty good. I really like them. As you can see, you shoot, all the animals have different animations. I'm not sure if they are taking these animations from the anime, because I know there's an anime, or they made them specifically for the game. I hope it's the later, but I don't know. Now, that said about combat, let's talk about character progression. Once again, this is all animals, okay? So there are a couple things that I really like about the progression, and a couple things I don't. As you can see, there's plenty of animals that you can collect. Let's put the example of this Arabian Oryx, because I have a dupe, and I can show you how the dupe system works. First things, L2Ds, they are pretty correct, I will say. And the moment you level up to max level, you are going to be getting an extra L2D for free, which I think is pretty good. I love when games do this, where they are giving you an extra L2D screen just because you max out the character, right? Now, this is with the Wild Awakening tier 2, as you can see, and that's just, if you go click here on Awaken, this is all farmable. So this is just the usual level up your skills and you are getting new stuff. So you can farm this. This is pretty simple. What you cannot farm is the breakthrough, and these are the dupes. Now, the dupes are not super important when it comes to 3 and 4 stars, but when it comes to 5 and 6 stars, you are getting a lot of extra skills and a lot of extra passives that are really, or seem really powerful. For example, if we come to this serval and we go to breakthrough, as you can see, the first time you get the dupe, you get a new potential ability. The last one, you get an improved ability, and in between you are getting really powerful power-ups. So for example, your ultimate level +3, combo effects 35%, and then self-radiant advantage, so the advantage over the element at 25% extra. That is a lot. I don't like that personally. I understand that dupes need to be worth for wills, but at the same time, you know, for most free-to-plays, that's a pain when you can get an advantage over other players. Now, something I really like about this game is if you like animals, once again, not necessarily furries, you will love this game. If you click here on information, you get information about all the animals. I think this is super great. You get information on if they are endangered or not, information on the characters. They get like a self-presentation, the habitat where they live, more information about them. Like, I think this is super cool, and this is for all the animals, not only like the 6-star like serval, for example. If you go to like a 3 or 4-star, you will get exactly the same information. And you can see here the Mexico salamander, which for us in Spanish has a different name. I didn't know in English was Mexican salamander. As you can see, this actually is critically endangered, and you can learn about those animals. This is my favorite part about the game. It's not enough for me to keep playing like long term, right? But I think it's pretty cool. Even the 3 stars, if we go to like the zebra here, for example, when you click here, you will get information about the zebra. That is character progression and combat. It's pretty simple. You also have the usual base building where you can get extra buildings, extra free resources, some mini games and whatnot. I personally don't care too much about games that have these functionalities. I am not a base building guy unless it's like super well done, and most games don't do it properly, right? It's just like an extra system for you to spend time daily, and there's no difference in this game. Now, that's set about combat and gameplay. That's the combat in the game. There's nothing different. You will always get the Angry Birds with the animations and the combat. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's move into the second most important part for anyone playing a gacha, and that's going to be the rates. Now, PT is at 80, and then at 300 you get like 1 6-star guaranteed. I don't understand how this changes. I'm guessing this 300 is actually like for the banners, like hard PT, because this one, as you can see, it's 80 for a 6-star, but it doesn't guarantee that is the one on the banner. When it comes to the rates themselves, as you can see, 6-star have a 2.5, 5 stars have a 6%, 4 stars have a 50%, and then 3 stars have a 41.5%. There are synergies between characters. For example, if you get these 3 characters on your team, they will have synergies between them, which makes it even worse for free-to-plays to get those synergies, because let's be real, it's going to be really hard. So for example, I got Sandcat already, and I would love to also get King Cobra because she looks amazing. I actually wanted to get her, but I got the cat instead. So we're gonna do a multi, see if we get her. Also, as you can see, there are multiple banners at any given point. There's like at least 3 banners. I am not the biggest fan on this because already on a game where you have characters that need to be paired with other characters for synergies, as a free-to-play player, is gonna be really hard. Now, at the start of the game, you will be getting enough currency, but as time goes on, I'm not sure how generous this game is going to be with events and how many currency you can actually get on a weekly basis. That said, let's do this multi, see what we get. Hopefully, we can get King Cobra, so I can keep playing. If I don't get King Cobra, oh, we got a 6-star and a 5-star. That's actually the best thing for this video. So as you can see, 5 stars are golden and 6 stars have like that rainbow look. If we can get King Cobra and then the 6-star on the banner, that would be amazing. We will get everyone on this banner, which will be pretty good. Once again, when you pull, you also get some basic information about the animals, which I love. I love. This is the American Fair waifu version. So let's see, who do we get? Okay, Camel. Another well, we already have her. Oh, the 6-star. Okay, that's the one for the banner. Conservation status not recorded. What do you mean not recorded? Okay, so this is either like a mythical animal or something that's extinct already, which is cool. It's cool. Let's see who do we get at the 5-star. Hopefully it's the King Cobra. Oh, okay, that's perfect actually. Okay, guys, we keep playing this game because we got lucky. We can skip the rest. Pretty lucky with that. Pretty good pull. We got both serpents or water snakes, whatever you want to call them. We got the gorilla. We also got the American beaver and the monkey, which I am actually using. Now, that said about the gacha, let me show you one of the worst things about the game, in my opinion, and that's going to be the shop. Now, if we talk about the shop itself, I have a couple problems with this. This is the worst part of the game, in my opinion. The monthly card is fine. The usual monthly card that you buy for $5, you get a multi, whatnot. You also get directly an extra multi when buying this card only once a month. I think it's a pretty great value, right? Now, the thing is, or my problem with this is, this game seems to be more tailored towards a younger audience that wants to learn about endangered animals. And for that, they have way too much shit on the shop that you can be buying. And I don't really mean it. Like, you have the Infinity card, you have the bundle, you have the special offers, you also have the normal recharge, which you can go up to $100, and then you have like a bunch of packs that you can be buying. Once again, this is a lot of stuff for a game that seems to be tailored towards mostly kids, or at least that's my impression of the game initially. I understand it's the standard in gachas. Just because it's the standard doesn't mean I can't call out bullshit like this, right? Now, something I like are the skins, actually, because they are same price as Nikke, but you get a new LTD, a new model, a new animation for the burst, completely new, as you can see in there, a new chibi. You get everything, you get the whole pack, which I think it's super cool. It's super cool that you get all this stuff in a skin. I hate that games like Nikke take advantage of how popular they are to sell shitty skins for the same price. I wish Nikke took a step further and started doing better things with the skins. I know they will not, because they are making plenty of money, but hey, it is what it is. So the skins I like, The rest of the shop, I think it's bullshit. I think it's way too expensive. You can buy way too much shit for what the game has to offer, at least in my opinion. And once again, for the game targeted towards kids, I don't really like it. That said, let's talk about another aspect that a lot of people are interested when they decide to play a gacha, and that's going to be animations, graphics, and UI. L2Ds for the characters are pretty decent. Once again, let me show you actually the new character so I can see what she has. So King Cobra, you know, you get her pretty L2D. When you get her to max level, you will get another L2D, which looks amazing as well. And you get the chibi here. Chibis are my biggest problem with the game. I don't think they are like the highest quality or anything. I think in 2023, if you are going with chibis for your game, you really have to step it up or offer something different, right? I think we are kind of tired of the same chibi style on every single game. And then lastly, when it comes to animations, I have like no complaints. I really like the animations or the ultimates or the bursts, whatever you want to call them in this game. Also the UI, I think is the biggest advantage they have in this category, because it's actually pretty good. They have a lot of animations. They have it's actually pretty responsive. It's pretty simple to understand everything. They have a lot of icons to, you know, for all the different animals. They have different habits and miracles there. So I think that is pretty cool. As you can see here, right? Different icons for every single animal. The UI is pretty good. I have no complaints with that. My biggest complaint will be the chibi models, and I guess that's like up to every person if they like this style or not. But once again, silly complaints here. That said, let's move into community and company. When it comes to community, I still haven't found a community that is not welcoming to new players. And Kemono Friends is not an exception. They are welcoming. You can go to Discord, you can go to the Reddit, and they will help you out a lot. Most gacha communities are actually quite welcoming, and I have never had any problems with any one of those for the videos that I made, right? Now, the company, that's not so great. Let's talk about the company for a second. The company, it's Nocraft Limited, and if you try to find information about them and see what other games they have, you'll see that they have Chronicles of Infinity, Tales of Wind, Guardians of Claudia. And a lot of people complain about these games because they are rip-offs or just, you know, copy-pasted constantly and reselling them. Now, this was a couple of years ago. If you try to find information about this, as you can see here, Nocraft Limited releasing rip-off games for Tales of Wind, Guardians of Claudia, League of Pantheons. Either they buy and resell or they just repeat it straight off. It was a couple of years ago. Another post from 2 years ago. This is an actual promotion they did where they said Guardians of Claudia, it's Genshin Impact plus Pokemon, which if you come here and you come to Guardians of Claudia, you know, this is not Pokemon plus Genshin Impact. But this is an actual promotion they were doing where they say, hey, yes, guys, our game, it's Genshin plus Pokemon. So I don't like that. Now, once again, this was a couple of years ago. I don't know what's the current perception of people for Nocraft Limited. When it comes to the ads they are doing, it seems to be a lot better, or at least not a lot of lies or a lot of fan service or a lot of bullshit incorporated in here. So for example, let me show you this event here.
Attack! I did it! Yeah! Oh, wow! Wait, something's happening. We're going to the underwater level.
Which again, you can like or dislike these ads, but at least they are not lying with what they are offering, right? Same with this one right here.
Hey there! Please make sure to take note of these tips when playing Kemono Friends Kingdom for the first time.
Okay, normal ads with, hey, look at these really cool tips. Same with here, another VTuber is doing the same with this one. I only follow these ads. Now, the problem is a lot of these companies use secondary Facebook pages to do worse ads. So to actually put the shitty ads, they use separate accounts so you cannot actually find them. They do this, for example, Nikke does this. You cannot find the ads that Nikke is serving on the official page because they use other pages for that. But that's said about the community and the company. Once again, this was a couple of years ago. They seem to be doing better now. They seem to be being a little bit more honest, and actually Kemono Friends seems to be a decent game. So all that said, what are my final thoughts for Kemono Friends? Love the animal facts and the overall depth of the game. I really like it. My biggest problem, this game is too pure for me. It's too cute. It's too oriented towards like a younger audience, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Maybe it's just me that I'm a boomer and I just need to play sad games all the fucking time. So depending on what you like, this could be a positive or a negative. But the game is just too pure, too positive. The overall tone is just more of a simple thing, right? It's not Nikke where they are actually killing off characters and hitting you constantly left and right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I will say. The other thing I might not like is if you are looking for a side game, for something to just do 10-15 minutes a day. This game actually requires a little bit more time to play because they have events, they have raids, you have the story that you can do, and then you have the usual farming that you need to be doing to progress your friends or your characters. So there's a lot of things to do. I'm not sure how well that's going to translate with the stamina system. But that said, once again, I enjoy the game. I might play for a couple more weeks, see if I, at the end of those 3 weeks, I still like it or not, and I can make like an update video. But for now, my impressions are, I like it. I like Kemono Friends Kingdom. I think it's a nice side game. I would actually recommend to everyone, if you like animals, to just go test the game. If you like animals 100%, check it out. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you do. As you can see, plenty of animals. They are silly animals transformed into waifus. That said, if you like this type of videos, leave a like, subscribe. I'm gonna go back to making more Worst Gacha Ever videos. I really like this type of content, more than just, pumping out 30 videos on bullshit for Nikke. So, all that said, thank you to my supporters for making this content possible. You can join them with the links in the description down below. Good luck with your polls and your rates, and see you in the next one.
ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことです。